Hello and welcome to another Magari car reviews video where we talk about all cars Kenyan. Today we have a very special interview and we're talking to Sahil, who is the owner and proprietor of AAK Car Wash. Today we're going to talk about all the services that they offer. Most of you are very careful about touching your engine when it comes to car wash, and we're going to talk about everything about washing your car engine. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that you're a subscriber not to miss any of our videos. Let's get right into it. Hey, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on your channel today. Obviously, you've taken your time, so thank you so much for visiting us today.
It was our pleasure. So let's start by telling us, what do you do at AAK Car Wash?
We basically have a steam car wash where we do steam washes, interior, exterior, and engine washes. We do buffing, we do ceramic coatings, we do tintings, windscreen replacements, so anything to do with detailing works.
Okay, great. And why AAK? What does that mean?
So it was a very thoughtful name which we had from the beginning. We thought of advance and action, and it's a Kenyan company. So basically the two words are moving forward. You know, you're advancing and you're taking the action. Right. So that is why we decided on the name Advance Action Kenya, and then we brought it down to AAK.
Okay, great. One thing I've noticed is that you've talked about car steam engine wash.
Yeah.
And it's usually a very sensitive issue when somebody is trying to wash the car. We've heard of cases where you go to a car wash, there's once in the street, you wash your car, then it doesn't start. What is steam washing and why does somebody need to do it?
Basically, steam washing is very safe. It's a very safe option for people who have these big cars and they're very afraid to wash their engines. The major thing which comes in the difference with water and steam is that with water you can find that there's a lot of plugs inside the car, a lot of sensors which are inside the car, the ECU, the computer. So basically there's a lot of electrical components, and that's why steam it produces less water. And the reason that it produces less water obviously is the boiling inside the machine and all that. But that's the main reason why you should get it washed with steam, because it doesn't have so much impact on your car and on your engine compared to a normal pressure wash.
What type of impact are you talking about if you just wash it with the normal pressure wash, the normal car wash pressure that you use compared to steam engine?
You see, when you use the pressure washer, it produces a lot of air and a lot of water which comes out of it. So what we've seen in a lot of cars is that water can start entering the sensors, and once it starts entering the sensors, it can start corroding the metallic pieces which are inside the sensor. That's why it's not very good to use a pressure washer, if I can say that.
Great. Take us through the steps. I come in with my car, I park it there, I tell you I want to steam wash my car. What steps do you take before you can actually start washing it using steam?
Well, obviously you have to first of all take the precautionary steps. Cover the alternator, cover the airflow sensor, cover the it's called the ECU.
Again, these are covered. The computer, the alternator are covered because you don't want any steam or any water seeping in.
Yeah, so you see, basically people think steam there's no water inside it, but it does have some water which is then converted into steam. So if you get a bit of moisture inside your ECU, for example, it will start acting very funny. And you come in for an engine wash of say even 500 shillings, but you end up paying 200,000 shillings.
Oh, just to have that part replaced.
Correct, to have that part replaced. And for example, if you have a Range Rover and you come in for an engine wash of 1,000 shillings, for example,
right,
you can find that you have to replace the whole ECU unit because you can't have a second-hand one.
Right.
It won't work. So that's the reason you start covering all these components, and any sort of moisture should not enter inside these components.
Right.
Then again, after that, once you've covered in all the engine, you've covered everything up, you have to start the machine, obviously.
Yeah.
Get the steam out while you do a first rinse. once all the dust has come out.
So rinsing here, what do you use to rinse? The first rinse, what do you do?
Still, it's the steam.
Just the steam.
The steam. You use it to rinse the engine, and then you put the degreaser. Degreaser is now the soap which can remove any grease. It can soften. It softens the grease. It softens the mainly grease and oil which is stuck inside the engine.
Right.
And you need to remove that because otherwise your engine doesn't cool properly. Once you've done that, you use a brush to remove any grease which is there, and then you start the steam wash again and remove it completely.
Okay. About how long does it take to steam wash? And if I come, maybe I park my car there, how long can I come and find that it's already done and clean and I'm ready to go?
Well, it depends. It pretty much depends. It depends on how clean your engine is,
Right.
or how much grease your engine has. Some engines we've even taken up to 45 minutes on one
Wow.
engine wash.
Okay.
Because there's been so much grease inside and they've not washed it for a very long time. You know, people fear that
Yeah.
washing their engine is something big, you know, it's
Yeah.
something that can damage your engine. But actually, it's not like that. But so when you leave your engine for a very long time, it starts accumulating a lot of grime, grease
Right.
inside the engine. So it can even take up to 45 minutes. Some engines can take up to 5 minutes.
Okay.
Depends.
So what I get from this is that you need to regularly wash your engine, and it also the time that is spent to steam wash then depends on how long the engine, how can I say how dirty the engine is. How often do you need to wash an engine for?
It depends on you as the owner. You can wash it every day, which will not damage it at all. Or you can wash it, what I would recommend is personally washing your engine once a month.
What are the benefits of steam car wash engine versus the normal pressure wash engines?
There's a lot of benefits, whereby obviously there's not a lot of water use. You can be sure that, you know, it's a safer option. Steam is very hot, so it's about 160 degrees.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it can actually, once you put the degreaser, it can start melting that, or it makes it softer by just a slight bit. You know, the grease can come slightly lower, and the fact that it's environmentally friendly is the biggest aspect of a steam wash.
Great.
Using a pressure washer it's according to a lot of people, it's dangerous, because I've seen some engines which are washed and the wires inside the engine, they start cutting simply because of the pressure of the pressure washer, normal pressure washer.
Right.
So if you can say that steam outweighs, the benefits outweigh the disadvantages compared to what a pressure wash can offer.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you just tell us how does the machine work? Because I notice, if I'm not wrong, there's a machine that is connected to the water. So how does that machine work such that it produces the steam to wash the engine?
Okay, so in the machine there's a water inlet. First of all, you have a small a water inlet. So once the water enters inside the machine, there's a diesel boiler which is inside that machine. It's pumped into the boiler, it goes through the elements, and then it comes out as steam. That's just the basic simple principle behind the machine.
About how much water would you use for one round of washing a normal saloon car engine?
It's more like around 3 liters.
Okay.
Very little water.
Is this something that somebody can also do at home?
An engine wash?
Yes, using steam.
You can use steam. But what I would suggest is that when you're doing it at home, obviously you don't know what you know. Some people don't have that knowledge on what to do. So just proceed on the steps, and instead of using a normal pressure washer, you can just use a water hose. Obviously, you can't get out all the grease, or that's where you come to us as the experts to now come and clean your engine completely. But if it's just normal dust or whatever it is, because now the new engines, modern engines, have plastic coverings on them.
Right.
So there's a lot of protection which the engine goes through, and engines are meant to get wet.
Okay.
Just a few components are not meant to get wet. So you can do it at home, you can do it at your house, but obviously when it comes to grease, then you come to an expert.
When I'm doing it at home, do I need to know what to cover, or I just pour the water using a water hose and that's it?
I've seen a lot of people, they just wash their car with a water hose and they just let it dry for like 2 or 3 days,
Right.
and it still works. But
Okay.
if you don't want to do that, just cover all the components like the alternator, your computer, your spark plugs, and then do it. There's no problem in that as well.
So another thing that I get is that now I can come with my Range Rover here, top of the end car. I'm sure that you know what to do and you know the type of cars, what needs to be covered and what doesn't need to fit in. Why should a client trust you to bring their car here? What expertise do you have that can give them that assurance that you are the right people to wash the engine?
As you've seen our Instagram page, AAK Car Wash, that we've washed a lot of these German cars. We've gotten that experience with a lot of these cars. We know what the engine looks like. There's a point even I was telling our clients that I'm now tired of seeing a Mercedes engine because we've done so many of them, and
Right.
that's the reason why people should trust us and bring their cars over here
Right.
for them to actually steam wash their engine.
Great. So if a customer is now watching, somebody is watching out there, how can they reach you? How can they book an appointment to come and wash their car here?
You can reach us through social media platforms. We are there on Instagram as AAK Car Wash, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We have our phone number 0796 586 696, where you can even give us a WhatsApp message or even call us. We're located in the heart of Westlands on Mpaka Road, number 9, gate number 9, and it's right opposite Feather Plaza.
Thank you very much, Sahil. Thank you for having us. We've really enjoyed learning more about engine steam car wash, and we'd like you, the viewer, also to come and pay them a visit. If you'd like your engine washed very professionally, you have that big car or you have a car that you feel special about but you want that special care, then AAK Car Wash is the place to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us.